The Guess Who. The Guess Who. The Guess Who with Jacob Gibbs. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now let's start the show.
Super Bowl Sunday, though, and are you rooting 49ers?
49ers, yeah, for sure.
I don't know who that Taylor Swift dude is, but he sure sounds fast. I don't watch any NFL.
Oh, yeah, well.
Shannon Walker's actually the one that told me that.
I was going to say it's on the TV more than some of the players are, so.
It really has been. That's all it's been advertised is Taylor Swift. And the halftime show, is Chris Stapleton doing the half?
Well, I thought it might be him and Usher. I've been seeing Usher.
Usher's on there, too.
They've been promoting him a lot.
Yeah.
But
Usher. Hell, I ain't seen nothing from him in a long time, either.
Which doesn't he have, like, AIDS or something?
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
well, I've always thought it was crazy because, like, you know, he has, I'd say, like, AIDS or HIV or something, but, like, women are still crazy about him.
Oh, yeah, they don't.
You know?
They don't care. There's so much stuff out there nowadays, too. They don't. I mean, and they'll always, like, they'll date, like, another big-time celebrity.
Yeah.
And then it's like, so-and-so's a shithead because this happened. But, I mean, really, that's like real life.
Yeah.
But you just get to
normal
see
people.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Brad Pitt loved Jennifer for, you know, or whatever. And it's like, hell, that's how life is. It's just not advertised everywhere, you know?
Speaking of celebrities, did you, I don't know, you may or may not have seen it, Drake's leak, his video.
Drake?
Yeah, Drake, the rapper.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Because he's with 21 Savage.
Yeah, that one song. They have a song together.
That Circle Loco?
Yeah.
That's a badass song.
Yeah.
I like that song. I've got it on my library.
Oh, yeah. He had a video leak, which I think he leaked it because he wasn't like the center of attention. But it was him swinging his thing around. Yeah. Pretty crazy. And then
he was trying to outdo R. Kelly.
Right, yeah. He was. I saw somebody had commented it looked like one of those balloons that you see at the car lots, the ones that are waving in the air. That's what it looked like.
Oh, one of those people things,
Yeah.
whatever he is. Oh my God. You're right about that though, because to get into the hell, he'll have so many more downloads, so much, you know, because like even you saying that, maybe I'm like, Usher, man, I ain't. What's that one song that we start saying? It's like Usher.
There's like Daddy's Home. There's
There's in the club with my homies. I got to feel a little bi.
I think that's
That's him because at first it's like Usher, whatever. Yeah, I remember like headbanging to that song. And see now, I've always been a classic rock fan.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Which I was, you know, raised by a white guy who only listened to classic rock. So yeah, it was. He was.
I'm
big
like, I got
into-
Mowgli from the Jungle Book coming. He was raised by a white
Pretty much, yeah. It's crazy because, like, even people that I say I'm going to meet somebody, like I sell some on Marketplace or whatever, and I talk to them on the phone. There's like a running joke when they meet me. They're like, "Yeah, man, you don't look like how you sound." And I'm like, "I know." I was raised by a white guy. I went to like Holly Pond, so it was me and like two others that were of color, and then work with a bunch of white guys. All my friends are white, which you know Kyle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kylie. Yeah. And like, you know, I always tell people, like, I'm always the minority in the room. And even at home, I'm the minority. I got two white kids and a white old lady. So, you know, it's nothing I'm not used to.
Oh, you're like a piece of pepper that fell in the salt shaker.
Pretty much. Or like a fly that flew in a glass of milk.
But you, so you lived here your whole life. You lived in America.
Pretty much. Well, so I was, and this is, I don't know, it still doesn't make sense to me, but I was living in California. I was born in Van Nuys, California. It's right outside of Los Angeles. And my mom said that I was staying with one of her friends while she was working in Coleman up there at Goldenrod.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken plant. She was working up there. And she ended up meeting my stepdad. So on my 4th birthday, we moved down here and
So you've been here ever since you turned. So you went to Holly Pond your whole life?
I went to East Elementary, which is Coolman.
Yeah.
And then moved over to Holly Pond in 7th grade.
Cool.
Yeah. But went there, played football, ran track. And when I say played football, I just wore the jersey. I was just there to hang out, you know. Wasn't very good, which I mean, you know, Holly Pond's not known for being good at football anyway.
No, there's not enough depth there, really. I mean,
talent.
You can have one guy. Yeah, you can have one guy to like get hurt, and it's like, okay, we got to get a new punt returner, a kickoff returner, a quarterback. It was like that for me in school too, because we had one guy who was just basically the team.
Yeah,
and he broke his foot before it started, you know. And I remember the coaches were over on the side, like trying to draw up some shit. Like,
yeah,
it's like you would have never thought this would happen. This guy's like, badass, and doesn't get hurt. He's the one that hurts people, you know. And all he was doing was just running back and forth, man, and strip the screws out in his heel.
Well, hell, I think I went 6-35. We won 6 games and lost. Well, that was in 4 years, you know. But my first freshman year, I played with I think Chris Steele, J.D. Hines, Clancy Hyde. They were seniors. Yeah. And we ended up getting in the playoffs by it was one, I don't know how it works, but it was they flipped a coin. It was like, you know, and that determined if you were in or not.
Yeah. Y'all were like tied on your rankings. And stuff
and then we ended up getting in, and of course we were the last seed. We played Lauderdale County, got beat 63-6. So
was the 6 a touchdown?
Yeah, touchdown. Couldn't even make the extra point.
We never could make extra points. We beforehand too, they'd take like the whole team and line them up, and everybody would try kicking, you know, or whatever, and it was like,
oh no, I mean for us it was like any person that was like, you know, dark tinted, they'd be like, hey, get up here.
It's like you got to be good at soccer. You got to know how to go. Which they are using a lot of soccer players now.
Oh really?
Yeah,
like
they got it's the soccer
now.
Style. They call it like a soccer style kick or whatever, where the kicker actually comes from the side. You know how I know they back up and then they back over to the side, but like their foot actually swings like around somehow. Okay. Yeah, it's like I've seen people like on TikTok and all that, and they've got like that stand that holds that ball up, like what it should be held up if they're gonna kick. And dude, they make like 65-yarders.
Yeah, I follow one guy. He actually, which you know how like they have NIL deals now or whatever. God, I can't think of his name, but Destroy Him, that's his name, is a guy that went to UCF, but he had a YouTube channel while he was going there, so he ended up getting kicked off the team because he wasn't allowed to like make money from YouTube? Other sources. Yeah, at the time, you know, now it's ridiculous. Like
I mean
the complete opposite.
I used to. I don't care for him getting paid as much as it really like pisses me off that you can just transfer. Mm-hmm. That's my biggest deal. It's because it's like
you're dealing with commitment issues or something.
Yeah, like if you're getting paid a scholarship, whatever, you should have to stick there. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's the way I think about it anyway.
Oh yeah, and I think even too because Kate, she has a cousin who was dating a guy who went to West Virginia, but he was like 3rd string quarterback, and even he was getting like little checks in the mail and stuff for like $3,500, you know.
Wow.
Just to hang out. I mean, like that's pretty much what they're doing, but. Yeah, I don't get it either.
A water boy for $3,500.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would
for damn sure. Mm-hmm. I'm afraid college football's going to shit, dude.
It is. It's more like a damn like the draft, but
it really is. Yeah. I used to hate basketball, and like in the last 5 years, I'm in love with it.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I was never good at basketball ever. I mean, I wasn't good at any sport really anyway, but basketball would have definitely been like one of my
go-tos,
worst ones. Probably.
Oh okay.
Yeah, probably one of my. And I used to even kid, I would be like, dude, you know, somebody'd say, did you see Auburn or did you see the basketball game the other night or whatever? This is like 6 years ago. I'd be like, you know what I imagine hell being like if I go, I'm just like, devil's gonna walk me downstairs and he's gonna be like, look, here's your room. and it's like this big old room with just nothing but TVs.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this
Pretty
thing is
sick.
so bad, you know. Basketball's on every damn TV, and I imagine that was what hell would have been like. Now, you can't. I'm glued.
Really?
I watch Alabama, I watch Auburn, and I'm not as okay. Like with Alabama football.
Mm-hmm.
I love to see them lose.
Yeah.
Just because we're shit. Auburn's been shit in football for what? Now?
Not too long, but yeah. They ain't been great.
Last
you know?
couple of years has been rough. But like with the basketball thing, I don't know. Football got where it was not fun to watch to me. And like the basketball thing, I've got to where I don't. What I was trying to get at, I'm one of those people that talks in circles, but like I don't root against Alabama in basketball.
Yeah. You're not like one of these senile, like crazy Alabama fans that, oh no, you know, I don't care if it's basketball, baseball. And
no, and like with the basketball deal, like last year, especially like Brandon Miller and them, you know, and he got into all that stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of at the wrong place, wrong time, I really feel like. And I kept up, you know, it really got me to where I was really like behind Alabama because I'm like, this dude's way too relaxed to have been involved in that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I really think he's wrong place, wrong time, you know, that kind of stuff. But I don't know, the basketball, which we got the damn brakes beat off us yesterday. That's where the GOAT comes in at, yeah.
what? Oh, the goat that y'all had it.
Yeah, when Chris got here.
I was like, oh, so which? No offense, but I was thinking when I walked in and saw the goat, I'm like, oh, it's one of those, you know, white people families. Like they just collect 5 or 6 chickens, 3 goats, a parakeet, and damn.
I'm like a funny farmer, dude. I got suckered into this goat.
Okay.
Yeah, when Chris got here, he was welcomed by a baby goat in the house. Like everybody was holding it. He was like, "Is this one of those spur of the moment?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, I'll explain it in a minute." All right, here's the deal. Florida, Auburn has not won in Florida 28 years.
Basketball, right?
Basketball.
Okay.
February 10th, 1996 was the last time Auburn won at Florida. Florida is not a great basketball team.
Yeah.
They beat the shit out of Auburn yesterday. I mean, I'm talking, it was like typical. I mean, I almost knew when they got up like 11-2 and Auburn kept going in there firing 3-pointers just one after another. And Florida kept throwing up 2s and they would make a 3 here. But it was almost like we were, in the first 3 minutes, it was like we're in panic mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they just went in there. And even the announcers said, Florida will let Auburn come down all day and fire those 3s if they want to. I think we were what, 1 in like 9 or something, or 3-pointers. It was like we panicked.
Yeah.
So I didn't have anything to do yesterday. I had nowhere to go. I hadn't been fire built. I had just watched the Alabama game, which, by the way, they beat the shit out of LSU. They could score some points. Alabama's putting up like 100 points several times. It was like 106 or something yesterday. So yesterday morning before the game started, we rode the neighbors, blah, blah. They have some new little twin goats and stuff that's been born.
Yeah.
So we got over there, we petted them, all this kind of stuff. We came back, I started watching Alabama, you know, and then the Auburn game comes on. We started doing shitty. Mm-hmm. So I started kicking back some beers, man.
Yeah.
My dad calls me and goes, "Yeah, I just went over and looked at some farm equipment. I saw they have this little baby goat. It's like a dog." Like, really? He said, "Yeah." I said, "How old?" He said, a couple of weeks. It's probably just a couple of weeks. They're having to bottle feed it. The mom, like, it's not, yeah.
So little.
Yeah, so, yeah, I was feeling pretty good. You know, I was like, that's got to be God.
It's like a sign, but
I'm like, we just seen all these little, and I kept, the whole time I was over there, I was like a kid myself. I'd never seen a baby goat.
yeah.
My dad always raised cows and stuff, you know.
Right.
So I'd never seen a baby goat.
Well, that was the first time I've ever been around one. Was when
Really?
I walked in the door.
It don't even smell. I know.
No,
It's
it
like-
wasn't making any noise or anything. It was just kind of like a dog.
So he asked me, he said, "Look," he said, "this thing is literally like a dog. Do you want to buy it?" I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, I do."
Didn't even hesitate. You just,
No. He said, damn, he wants $150 for it. I was thinking, I don't care. I don't even care. It's Saturday. I've got some money.
Yeah.
I just got paid yesterday. So, yeah. So we bought this goat. But the bad thing is, though, it'll boil down to I was the one that wanted it.
Yeah.
So I'll be the one taking care of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say.
Which is okay because I love animals. So it doesn't.
Well,
which
you
my
know
kids
how-
do, but it's just responsibility of it. You know?
Right. Yeah. Well, you know how like a dog tears something up, your spouse or whatever is like, well, you wanted it. So is that what's going to happen when the goats are like shitting everywhere and?
Well, we're not going to keep it inside.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was just that goat had been here maybe 8 minutes.
Right.
Before you got here, maybe.
Well, y'all have that little enclosed back porch.
Yeah.
You could hang out there.
I'm just going to put it in a crate back there, but I got a stall or whatever, like in the barn. So I'm going to put
Are
it
they
in
like
there.
good for anything or?
Goats?
Yeah. Because I know people say donkeys are good to keep coyotes away.
Yeah, goats aren't good for nothing.
That's just good to look at.
Yeah. There's just something you can talk about and be like, yeah, man, I got them 3 goats back there, whatever. It's really like I think it's just kind of a stepping stone to farming, really.
Right.
Yeah. But I love the chickens and I love the goats. That one dog out there, I told you for my birthday.
Yeah.
You turn 28 tomorrow.
27.
27.
Yeah,
I just
easy,
turned
easy.
40 Tuesday.
Yep.
And the only thing I did not get for my birthday, I think I told you this the other night, was I fed the dog a bunch of peanuts, hoping it had a peanut allergy. I woke up the next morning, it's still alive.
That's pretty brave though, because I was thinking you give a bunch of peanuts, it could be you walk into your garage and it's shit on the wall,
Heyday bars everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it was a good birthday. I had probably 90% of the text messages I got was happy birthday, you old fart, or you old man, or
Yeah.
But we was talking about that. You're like, man, I can't believe I'm supposed to be 27.
Yeah.
40.
Look, it
Only seems like it's like a hop and skip.
I'm not just like being nice, but you don't look 40. Like I told Kyle, I was like, he looks like he's early 30s, mid 30s, not 40 though. Because I even told you the other night you don't have a lot of gray hair.
No, not much, but I got some on the sides coming in now, which I know some people do that.
And you have all your hair.
That's
It'd be like guys my age that I work with, they have no hair.
Yeah,
Like,
see, I would look stupid with a bald head, dude. I'm talking about bad. My damn head's got so many scars on it, look like a road map.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I can't do, I don't know. God, I ain't gonna lie. I swear to God, I think I'd wear a wig.
A toupee.
Yeah, something, yeah. Just put a hat on, it's got hair coming out,
Yeah.
Just make sure you don't, take your hat off somewhere and set it down with the hair in it. But, yeah, that's not, losing your hair, man. I wouldn't know.
It's tough.
You got a full head, though.
Right now, yeah. But I have a receding hairline. I just keep the bangs so long so I don't
Pull
think
them
about
down.
it. Yeah.
I see, I'm double cowlicked.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So you
so-
almost have to wear a hat.
Yeah, if my hair's short, dude, it'll stand up on this side and it'll stand up on that side. No lie. No lie. It's a bad deal. Drinking the old Coronas tonight. Today. Ready for the Super Bowl. 49ers by 12.
Yeah,
Think so?
I'll go with that.
Who's favored? Have you
Uh,
seen?
I think the Chiefs are favored, yeah. But
They
not by
just won it
much.
recently, though, didn't
They won it year before last, I think. Or it might have been last year when they won it. I know Patty Mahomes is being compared to Tom Brady, and that hurts my feelings because Tom Brady, that's who I grew up watching. Like him, Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr, Matt Stafford when he was with the Lions. Just guys like that is who I, flip
See, I
the TV
like the
on.
Lions.
They had a good story this year, like their storyline.
Yeah.
They were winning games they weren't supposed to, and then now the script says that, 49ers playing the Chiefs. Which do you think, sports and some sports are scripted, or?
You talking about where?
Because I've got a buddy that thinks that Auburn threw that game against Alabama in football. He thinks that they did that on purpose. But I was like,
could
how do
have to
you
get
go
Alabama.
from like New Mexico State game to
Almost
beating Alabama? Like
Auburn, they've always been this way too. I mean,
I'm sorry,
they will play a hell of a game
yeah.
against a team they're not supposed to beat, and then a team that they're supposed to.
Well, didn't they pay him like what $700,000 or something like that? New Mexico State.
Yeah, to come to Auburn with their ass. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Being an Auburn fan,
It's tough.
it is. It's a true commitment, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like living with a wife you can't get along with, or
Right.
something. It's like
They have something good going for him.
yeah, it's like, damn, I love you, but I hate you at the same time.
Yeah.
But Auburn, like even back Cam Newton time, Auburn was really one of those teams that it took them a little while to get going.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like even with the Cam Newton time, I think there was 5 or 6 games at halftime. Auburn was trailing.
Right.
Alabama, they were getting the brakes beat off of them. They came back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've always wondered that about throwing games and stuff. Just think about it like this. If you're having the World Series always goes to Game 6 or Game 7.
Mm-hmm.
So if a team went in there and just clean sweep them at 4 games, you've lost 3. Well, you would have 3 big nights of money you would have lost.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think they say, okay, y'all win the first 2, y'all win 1, let them win another one, then y'all are going to win another one.
Oh, so kind of like a money scheme deal.
Yeah, and it's
Really?
like on that 7th game, y'all play.
Right.
Like, by God, whoever.
Like-
You know
Like
what I'm saying?
actually play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like actually play.
Yeah.
And let's see who the best is. That's a lot of money, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Some nosebleeds, like in the World Series, like the nosebleed seats are $5,000-$6,000.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about like just the standard tickets to go to the Super Bowl was like $1,300-$1,400.
Yeah.
That's just general admission.
That's
not
like
the special seats. Or
standing up tall.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody looks like ants down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got to think, like 3 nights of that, if a team went there and clean sweeps, like basketball or baseball.
Yeah.
I've always thought the NBA, I can't even watch NBA. I can't stand them when they leave college and they go to NBA.
Oh yeah. Well, hell, some of them don't even spend a year in college, or like they'll go to college for a year or 2 and then just go straight to the NBA. And yeah, which I guess, does the transfer portal go like? Is it as bad in college basketball as it is in football?
I think they just recruit early.
Okay.
I think they move up way early. But I don't know, man. In NBA, anytime I've tried to watch it, man, it's just like a bunch of whiny babies.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those times, they'll go up for a shot, and somebody won't even touch him, and the guy will fall like it killed him.
Yeah.
It's like, play the damn game, dude. Be aggressive. Come on.
Or you could be like Draymond Green. I've seen him throw punches at people. He plays for Golden State. Like,
Back when I was a kid, dude, NBA basketball and the Atlanta Braves, we always watched the Bulls and the Braves, was huge. The Bulls, you had Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. I mean, like, it was awesome to watch. You didn't have all these babies. Like, Dennis Rodman's liable to like slap somebody and
Yeah.
they get 2 shots and then they're playing again. You know what I mean? Like, but nowadays, dude, if they played like they did back then, it wouldn't even. Man, those dudes they'd puss out so quick, man. They wouldn't.
and
even,
two, you don't have. I feel like, which I don't follow it very heavily, but you don't have teams like that anymore. You just have like individual guys like
That's really good.
that play. Yeah,
LeBron James.
man.
I mean, he's the biggest whiner there is.
Yeah. Well, I've seen like they'll do clips like on TikTok and stuff of where he's going up to the ref and basically telling him, "Hey, you didn't see that," or like arguing with him, and then he ends up getting his way. And I'm like, well, I guess if you've been in the NBA forever, you kind of do what you want.
Have you ever seen there's one highlight clip that stuck with me forever, but I didn't actually see it live or nothing. I saw it after Kobe got killed, Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing the Bulls, and Michael Jordan, him and Kobe like collided pretty much, and Kobe fell on his back, and the referee is pointing at Michael Jordan with the foul. Right? Have you ever seen this video?
Mm-mm.
But he's pointing at Michael Jordan. You know, he's calling him out for the foul.
Yeah.
Well, Michael Jordan's still standing over Kobe Bryant and like arguing with the ref. You know, like he's still standing straddle over Kobe Bryant, and he leans down and where the ref goes to like move Michael Jordan back.
Jackson.
My son's so eat up with Michael Jackson, but he went to like move Michael back. Michael Jordan was kind of like, okay, get back. Mm-hmm. And the ref went to stick his hand out to help Kobe up. And Michael Jordan like moved the ref's hand. And he leaned down and he picked Kobe up. When Kobe started coming up, Jordan acted like he was going to like punch him. And then they started kind of just like swapping little licks. But it was just funny, you know. Right. It's like, in today's times, dude, the benches would have cleared. Yeah. You know, because Michael Jordan, I think he knew like, I fouled the shit out of Kobe, you know? And then it was like, oh, I'm not going to let him away this easy. Mm-hmm. But like when he picked him up, like they just kind of went like this fighting, and then they kind of half hugged and then went over. Yeah, it was a lot different back in those days.
What I like seeing is the, like on SportsCenter Top 10 or something, they'll show clips of like in baseball, the benches clearing. I like seeing that. Because just about every time you see one dude just come flying, like Superman punching people. I think they're
baseball and hockey now. They'll do it.
Oh, they get into it. Which I don't even. I'm be honest with you. I've never watched a hockey game, but isn't there like it's a thing where they let them like actually?
Oh yeah, they let them throw the gloves off and the helmet. And, they'll go to town. I don't watch.
I feel like you need that in every sport though, like football, basketball.
It's like, okay, y'all can't get along, but God, just go out here to third base and just freaking duke it out and let's play some ball after. But you got to think that's how it was when we were kids.
Yeah.
You know, so and so he throwed that ball and tried to hit me 9 times or whatever. And it's like, do you want to fight? Let's go over here to sign and fight, and then you become best friends with them. You know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm sure you probably know Nate Ayers. Mm-hmm. He coached me in football for a couple of years, and in practice, if there was ever guys that get into it, he'd make them hold hands and run laps around the field. Yeah, I hated that shit.
That's abuse, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's worse than actually, getting into it with a guy. I'd rather just fight and get my ass whooped than have to do that.
Have to. It's like, okay, let's just line up, just hit each other a couple times,
get it out of the
way. Yes.
Do you ever feel like you need that, like at work or like any job you've ever worked at?
Oh yeah.
Where you could just be like, you know what, fuck this guy. 10 minutes, me and you, let's just go at it.
Let's just duke it out, dude. You can't do that anymore.
No. You got to be careful what you say too now.
Oh yeah.
Which, I mean, I've got thick skin or whatever. I don't really care. But I mean, we've had instances where, I mean, we'd have, which I don't have anything against it, just put this out there. But like, trans people and gays and stuff. Yeah. And it's almost like, I mean, I joke about it all the time. So it's almost like I'm afraid to talk to, somebody because I'm afraid I'll slip up and say something.
Oh,
and they'll get like the woke people, I'm afraid they'll get offended or whatever.
I've actually stuck my foot in my mouth several times around like gay people and didn't know it. It's like, yeah, so and so's a queer or whatever, and they're like, shh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like they don't care. It's like they know they are. It's okay.
Right,
like, hey, let's go on. Let's move on with it.
Which I hate that for like comedians and stuff now. Like I went to a Theo Von deal.
Did you go in November?
Yeah.
When it was in Huntsville? Yeah.
Yeah, I went up there, and even some of the jokes he was saying, he was like, how can I word this? And even like I love Theo Von, so he was being like, how do I word this? And then he wouldn't say anything for like 2 minutes, and people would start laughing because they kind of picked up like he had one joke. He was like, I'm not racist or anything, but I might go to the YMCA and say some things underwater that where he's like, I have some flare ups in traffic.
Oh, I've been with some people with road rage. Mm-hmm. Golly, and you're like, dude, do not get out. You're fisting to get shot, man. Yeah. You've already like ran this guy off the road, and
I mean, I've tried fighting old ladies in Walmart parking lot, for like pulling out too slow, or like they're in Walmart. If you're trying to go into the next little parking area.
Oh yeah.
They'll be coming right at you. Oh gosh, I start honking the horn, and I mean, of course, I always like get flared up when it's some old lady or some woman.
Yeah.
It's never when I see a guy, I'm just like, what the hell, bro? But if it's a woman, I'm like, fucking. Like I just get all heated about it.
See, that's like me. It's the age I'm getting to, being 40.
Yeah.
I just threw that damn car in reverse and just good luck, you know, like,
Right.
like old people do. It pisses me off whenever. Okay, like you're at the mall. Let's just say you're fixing to park at the mall, like
Yeah.
Opry Mills in Ashford somewhere. It's freaking busy, and both cars come up, and some jackass will turn his blinker on for somebody to back out, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you're gonna have to give them a little more room than that, brother. They can't back out, you know.
Yeah.
Like basically, you're ready to pull in. They cannot get out,
Mm-hmm.
and then they start looking at you like, yeah, "That son of a bitch better not try to get that damn space." It's like I'm trying to sit here so this person can back out in front of me to go,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are crazy. It's like there's plenty of parking back here 60 feet from where you're like so worried about getting the spot, you know.
I just feel like people don't have a whole lot of common sense, you know.
No. No. Hell no. Common sense left a long time ago, dude. I would rather have somebody with common sense than book smarts any day.
Yeah, me too. Which, I mean, I love her to death, but Kate, my woman, she has no common sense.
So she's really book smart then.
Really book smart, you know, and I respect that about her because I'm not book smart, and like I would never, like when she was, you know, going to Wallace, I wouldn't say, well, wouldn't you do it? Like I wouldn't question anything she does. But when it comes to like common sense stuff, like I don't know, say when the kids get something for Christmas, I just tell her up front, like, don't help me, I don't need your help, I got this, you know.
Yeah.
Just
You're
good.
probably, are you one of those people too, like if you're doing something, you don't want anybody like messing with your helping
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I'm like that. I'm just
That
do
means you
not
have
disturb
common
me. You know?
sense. I'm bad
Like,
about it. I'll be like, man, let me figure this out, and then I'll tell you how I done it because I'm not
Yeah.
real sure how I'm gonna do it. I got to drew up my mind, you know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, no.
Well, like even stuff at work, because you know I'm like a welder, fabricator, and stuff, and there'll be certain things I don't even want to look at the blueprint because I feel like, okay, I'd look at it for a second, then because if I have somebody like looking over my shoulder, oh,
You'll
it
screw
irritates
up.
me. Yeah, and then I have to apologize for being an asshole, but because
No, yeah, this is part of it. That's when you got to talk in Spanish, like cussing.
Oh
them
yeah.
out.
Yeah, well, what's bad is like even when I speak Spanish, I sound like a white person trying to talk Spanish.
Do you?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
See, I could imagine like me, like if I got Babel, and I was like, "Per español, secreto, carato." Did that sound like anything?
No.
Hey, listen, this is one thing I've always wondered though. This is one thing that's always drove me crazy. Okay, if you know Spanish, right? Can you sing in Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay, so why couldn't you take like Eagles songs or something
Oh,
like
I get what
redo
you
them
mean,
into
yeah.
Spanish because it's like the Eagles ain't gonna know.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, some things don't translate over, you know? Like, even that's like saying, well, what is my name in Spanish? Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You just add like a extra zing to the end of it.
So it'd be like, Hotel California.
Yeah,
You
just
know?
add like an extra A to the end or something.
You gotta do the yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about shit like this. How do you say ramen noodles, ramen noodles?
Ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles?
Yeah.
See, I call them ramen. How do you say Worcestershire?
I call it W sauce. I don't even like.
Do
I'm
you?
too lazy to even say it. So.
Man, we got into this the other day, and it was like, no, it's Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Like Worcestershire. Which one?
I'm just gonna go by my wife, which is book smart,
Yeah.
and she calls it Worcestershire.
Oh shit. She added like two
Yeah,
more
I mean, it's
syllables
like,
in there.
yeah, I mean, hold your hand under,
Worcester-
see how many syllables. There's like 11 in there.
Worcestershire. One more time.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to say it.
I don't know.
Oh.
I never did get it
Well,
debated.
kinda,
Like,
you would think the person working at Walmart probably knows, right? Like if you walked up to him and was like, "Hey, where's the
hell,
Worcestershire
we're the ones
at?"
that we're the ones that work at Walmart.
Yeah, that's true.
We're checking
Around here,
ourselves
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, around here, like you go up to S&S and ask them, "Where's the Worcestershire?"
Where's that?
Yeah, see, I just call it W sauce. Heard like somebody, they were like, I don't know, cooking a steak or something. They were like, yeah, just put some of this W sauce on there. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever people's been told. Like it's, some people out here will say, man, I'm going to get some ramen noodles or whatever. Then I'm like, I'm going to get ramen noodles. Yeah, go and give me some ramen noodles, or whatever. But some of those words and stuff. See, talking about Spanish, okay. I've always heard Spanish is like very simple. If you know, I mean, like I could say like a whole sentence where it's only like 3 words of Spanish. Like it's a lot more shortened and
it is. Well, a lot of it's like backwards too. Like, what's that?
Like I parked the car in the garage, or the garage is where I park the car.
Pretty much, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they say English is like the hardest language to learn. Do you know that?
Yeah, I've always been told that, yeah.
But I mean, I think too, it's just like, there's slang for English, and same thing in Spanish. There's slang for, or if you like, if you like meet somebody, I call it, like if you meet somebody from the motherland, like the jungle, that's like actually from Mexico.
Yeah.
The accent, if some of them, it's so thick and they talk so fast, like I kind of like have to process what they said.
To keep up with it?
Yeah.
So somebody that's actually been over speaking it forever, yeah. Mexican people though, dude, they work so hard.
Yeah.
And like I feel like they all get along.
See, and what's crazy you say that is like that's true. Like
it is very true. I feel like
some of them just like, because I've never really worked with any that I didn't get along with, but you pick up on like certain vibes and stuff when you're around a group of Mexicans and stuff that you're just like, okay, I'm being judged right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is.
White. Like he's acting wild.
Yeah, pretty much. I get that a lot, but I try to stick to the culture. I mean, my Spanish sounds pretty whitewashed. The way I act, what I listen to is pretty whitewashed. But I can cook, like tacos, all that stuff. And I used to be
like
able
all
to,
Mexicans are really good cooks.
Oh, I can cook. I mean, like I'm not good at a lot of things, but I can cook.
Look here,
okay. And I used to be good at drinking, but now since I've had 2 kids, not so much. So.
It's like, okay, golly, I only had 5 beers yesterday, and this is the second day of this hangover. Yeah.
Which that comes with age too. But I mean, me and my buddy Kyle, we were drinking like what people do when they're like 21 to 25. We were doing it like 15 to 20, like just drinking, partying. Like I used to have a bad habit of
I think that's part of just being from the country, really.
Especially if you hang out over there in Berlin, like like I did, like. Because I used to have a bad habit of like getting drunk and then I needed a cigarette. Like just, that was my thing. And now I can't stand the smell of cigarettes.
I smoked 2 cigarettes at the Hunt Club like a month ago. And I ain't gonna lie, dude. They were so delicious.
Really?
Marlboro Ultralights.
The gold pack? Right?
It's like a light gray.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
But I hadn't smoked a cigarette probably, God, it's been a long time. Of course, you're down there and you drink, and I just killed my first deer.
Yeah, that trophy buck.
Yeah, that big old trophy buck, and people was passing out like cigarette, like we were celebrating. And it's like cigarettes, and now we really wasn't celebrating that way. But somebody pulled out some Marlboro Ultralights, and they were kind of standing a little ways away from me.
Yeah.
Damn, it smells so good. You ever got lured into it like that?
I used to be like that. Yeah, I used to be pretty bad. Like
I
I'd
really
just get a whiff of it and be like, oh, I'd start grinding my teeth for one. Like it'd be pretty bad.
It's like I will eat a cigarette right now, But like, I smoked that first one. Man, I was like, whoo. My wife would be so pissed at me right now, And I was smelling my fingers, your fingers always stink, and I was like, ugh. I was like, well, I'll definitely be getting a shower tonight, whatever the Hunt Club. And then, like 8 minutes later, I'm like, I'm going to smoke me another one. I'm going to give me another one of cigarettes. So I smoked it, and I'm like, if I do a third one, I'm going to be buying a pack. So I got to cut it off, But I always thought, I don't know. It was just like might have been the environment we was in. They had like a wood burning stove burning in there, and that cigarette smelled like gold, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, I've got to have one.
At least you have that self-control. I used to not, man. I used to, like, literally, like, 6, 7, just...
Oh, yeah, it wasn't nothing to go buy a pack. It smoked the whole pack.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, man, I smoked a whole pack of cigarettes and drank a 12-pack of beers last
Oh,
night.
it'd be like 23 beers, but yeah,
Really?
it'd be pretty bad.
Did y'all do a lot of shotgun and stuff? Funneling?
Funneling was our thing.
Funneling
Shotgunning
was-
wasn't real popular when we were, doing partying and stuff like that. I guess you'd call it partying. Really, it was 6 dudes hanging out at a trailer, but...
Hey, I still do that now.
Okay. Yeah.
And I hope to God I never lose my partying.
Yeah.
Like, I hope I don't ever get that dull in my life,
Right.
Because somebody call me and they'd be like, hey, man, there's 3 or 4 of us over here throwing quarters. Shit, I'll
We're
be there in a
playing
minute.
cards.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
We played Rook the other night. My dad was actually here till, it was about 1:30 in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, I love cards, which I told you I like to gamble a little bit.
Yeah.
So which I'm good about that too, because it's not like I'm just like, okay, I lost, I got to bet all this. So
Yeah.
I only bet. I try to. Okay, I'll make a little bet. Like say tonight, I might bet $100 on the coin toss.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll win that coin toss. So I'm like, hell, I'm playing on them now. So let's just say the 49ers are trailing at halftime. I'm liable to call them and say, okay, go ahead and put me $100 if the 49ers come back. Well, they got to win by 4. Yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Well, you have it down to like a system. Like,
yeah, kind of, because it's not like I'm just like, yeah, give me $1,000 on the
nothing
coin
right
toss,
here,
then you
yeah.
lose it, and it's like, oh shit. But and sometimes they might be like, I might say, hey, right before the game starts, I'm like, hey man, call your guys or whatever, tell them $50 on the coin toss. And if I lose that, I'm like, okay, I'm done.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
So
like,
do you ever give yourself like, because if me and Kyle used to go to the casino, I'd give myself a $200 like an allowance.
yeah,
Like I'd go in there. If I lost 200, well then I'm just hanging out drinking. But if I won, whatever I won, in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's got to be more than 200 for me to feel good about myself.
right, yeah. See, if I ever get ahead, I like to separate the money. Like
Yeah.
I'll be like, one time we went to New York, Las Vegas, and we were playing craps. I shit you not, dude. I walked in there, threw a $100 bill on the table. They gave me the chips. It probably, man, I'm going to say it was about 30 minutes later, maybe. I had already filled up my chip trays, and my wife's pockets were full.
Damn.
And the guy says, hey, brother, I got to have some of those $25 back. But it got to the point to where I got so far ahead. This is no lie. People are going to be like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
But I've already got up $1,000 in 30 minutes, right? So I can lose 900 or 1,000 and be back to where I started.
Yeah.
I was betting $75 on the field sometimes. That's the dumbest bet you can make in craps. It's just we was feeling it. I'm like, yeah. And it's one of those things. If you ever go to a casino and you're going to play craps, do not walk up to a table where you're the only one there. Go to that one that's freaking packed. Work your way in like you're trying to get to the front stage of a damn concert. You know what I mean? And get in there because that's a hot table. Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah.
Well, at least you act pretty, I'm not saying confident, but like you know what you're doing.
My daddy-in-law is like the craps
King.
That's all he's ever done. He's got a miniature craps table at his house.
Okay.
So just from watching him with the bets, like he might let it go one time, then he might put 25 on the come line or whatever, which whenever you do that, it goes up to the whatever numbers roll.
On the what now?
The come line. Get the come bet.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah, the come line. That's where your chips get stuck.
Yeah. After you said come, I was just like, I don't know, my perverted mind just stopped.
It's okay. It's fine. I kind of knew when I said
I was like, I might get into this game. Like,
it's fun though because like people take it serious. Like
oh yeah,
they will take You know, a lot of times I'll take the dice and I'll like turn it to where maybe it's hard 8. You know, that is where it's a 4 and a 4 on the dice. Pick them up, throw them. You know, they got to hit the little wall, a little bouncer, and bounce back. But, and you'll notice you're like, man, I'm throwing like a bunch of 9s, and you really try to make that
try to get into a rhythm where you're like,
yeah, and I don't know, I really think it's luck, but I think it's in your mind where you're like, if I don't flip these both up to hard 8, I ain't gonna freaking, you know, we're gonna go out or whatever.
Yeah.
And people around you, they start getting more confident in you. Mm-hmm. They're like, I guess they're just taking
they like hype you up almost.
Right,
yeah.
you know, they're like, this guy's taking his time. Like, he feels like he's got an art to this.
Yeah.
When really I'm just flipping them to the whatever, you know, throwing them. But a hard 8, I like doing a hard 8 and a hard 6 bet. I'll almost keep them at the table all the time, whether it's just $10 or whatever. Because if you roll a 8, say we bet the hard 8, I'm thinking that you might do double 4s, you know, and you throw those dice and you get an 8, maybe a 6 and a 2, it just clears my money off the hard 8. Then I can throw it right back on there again. Just do me $10 more on it or whatever. It don't cancel until that round's over or somebody throws that 8. But I seen a guy, dude, that I think he worked at like a casino. He came in and I'll never forget. He said, "Put me $100 or whatever on hard 6," and it came out. It rolled it, and as soon as they went to slide him all those winnings, he said, "Put him on the 4s, hard 8. Put him on the hard 8." You know, and it did it. This dude looked
like a magician almost.
He won like $1,200, just bam. And he said, the 3s. You flip the dice completely over and you have the 4s. And he said, most of the time, or he said, not most of the time, but a lot of times, if somebody rolls a hard 6, they're going to roll a hard 8. If somebody rolls a hard 8, they more than likely going to roll a hard 6. It's pretty cool. It's pretty, you know.
Oh, I like watching stuff like that.
I do too, people, you know, and it's like just little shit like that. You know?
I mean, you could almost call them like athletes in that, you know, field or whatever, like gambling and stuff.
Oh yeah, you'd have to be a genius. I mean, like, think about them card counters.
Oh, there's one guy, Mickey. Damn, he's like covered in tattoos.
We gotta talk about your ink work, man, at some point too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, name some card games that are real famous or real popular.
Texas Hold'em, blackjack, 3-card stud.
It's not Baccarat. Baccarat is the game that he plays.
See, I ain't never played that.
See, and he actually, it's crazy that we're doing this right now because I watched an 8-minute video on Facebook, and it was him talking about he's got it down to a science of, and it even he went into explaining it, and he stopped himself. He's like, wait a second, I'm actually selling this strategy for $50 million, so I don't need to be telling you this right now. But yeah, he's got it down to, which I thought it was pretty cool because I mean, you never really know, even when I watch poker on TV, you don't know, you see somebody that might, I don't know, be wearing a real, say khakis and a polo. They're real good at poker. And this guy, he's covered in tattoos, long black hair, like an emo look, you know? So I always think that's cool because you always get different personalities and stuff.
There's women on there, you know, but it's it really is. There's a science to it.
Yeah.
You think, though, trying to keep up with how many decks is in Texas Hold'em? There's 2 decks, I think, in Texas Hold'em, right?
And there's 32 cards or
52. So it'd be 104 cards. So yeah, if somebody's playing blackjack, before they reshuffle them or whatever, yeah, and you know they put the card in there and they cut them and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you've actually got some guy over there in his mind knows
thinking
there's been
all out.
3 10s, 4 aces played, a 9. You know what I mean? He almost. He's like, hell yeah, I'll go all in against you. You know.
Yeah.
Which the dealers though, if you ever notice, have you ever played blackjack at a casino? Blackjack's easy to see what the dealer's doing, not as far as what they have in their hand.
Yeah.
But say say you're sitting over here, Kyle's gay ass is in between us, and it's me. And it's like, let's just say you hit 21.
Yep.
Kyle's showing a 6, and I'm showing a 4. She's gonna even bust to try to beat us. You want to try to beat.
So you're playing against the.
Yeah, the dealer versus everybody that's sitting there.
Okay.
So I feel like they automatically, they're like, okay, I can't beat him, but I'm gonna do everything I can to beat these other ones. So if I flip up 20,
yeah,
like she's gonna try to beat the majority of whoever's playing.
Okay, I got you.
See, and in that case, they're still winning, even if they just beat three out of the 5,
6 or
whatever. Yeah, they just made money.
Right.
Yeah, I think they really try to like just
intentionally beat everybody, or
yeah, and it's already like, okay, well, he's got a 21, but he's only showing a 4, and he's showing a 4, and
well, I've always wondered because like I see people like Dana White, he likes to gamble, and it seems like every video, which they probably the algorithms like this, they only show videos of him winning, and it's never like just 5,000, it's like $500,000, 750,000. And I've always wondered, like, what about in those situations? Like, does he go in there and be like, well, it's Dana White, we're going to give him all this money anyway? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know on that. I'm going to say he's probably sat there and just gambled. You got to think.
Well, like that Mickey guy I was talking about, the video, the whole purpose of it was he was, like, informing people that if you do win millions and millions, the casino will intentionally try to, like, get you in trouble or make it to where you can't win. But his strategy, because he said it's gone even as deep as he's gotten followed after he's left the casino, which he had $4.5 million in the back of his trunk. So, somebody's going to follow you. But he was thinking it was somebody from the casino, and he even said, like, when he walks into a casino, if they know who he is, they mess up his self-service.
Dana White, or is it this card shark? Like he's a card shark?
Mickey something is his name, but you'd know him if he's covered. He plays the baccarat. He wins all this money and stuff like that, and he's got it down to a strategy or like a science. And he said it's gotten as bad as to this is what he's talking about in that video. He'll get stuck in elevators. Like the casino will intentionally,
like just screw him up.
Yeah, screw him up, do stuff like that, or mess up his room service.
So you got to think like if you're a casino owner, you've got, you got this guy that comes in there and he's not cheating, he's just damn good.
Good, yeah.
I would think you would almost have to figure out like, this guy's gonna wipe our asses out. The lights ain't gonna be on.
That's what he said. There's been a couple casinos like he got kicked out because he was like taking all their money within hours too. So
I've even heard where they. I'm not gonna lie. I swear to God, this is true. I went to the Seminole Hard Rock Casino one time with a guy that was a blackjack shark.
Yeah,
and he wore a pair of dark safety glasses, a beanie, with a bandana on his hair, plus the beanie on top, plus another pair of sunglasses, plus his sunglasses. And we walked in there, and he was afraid that they were going to get him on face recognition.
Oh, okay, I got you. He's almost like wearing a disguise almost.
Because he had been, I will never tell his name, but he had been into some trouble with like the Mississippi Gaming Association or whatever,
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, if I win like a bunch of money and I get caught, they'll take it from me. I said, okay. He said, I'm going to go play blackjack. I will keep bringing you chips. When I bring you so many chips, I'll just tell you, cash them. You go get the money for it, put it in your pocket. We did this all night long. The craps tables, they didn't have any real craps tables. They were like on it. Like you pressed a button and it just did some dice and like this bubbles bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not the real thing. It's not even fun, So I sat down on a slot machine and just started putting some money in there. Dude, when he figured out kind of where I was, that slot machine and the blackjack table was just right over here. There was sometimes I probably had $1,500 worth of chips in my pockets. And sometimes there was when I had 200. But he would want me, when he brought me that $1,500, he'd say, go cash it in. You don't mind, dude. Is that machine hitting? I'll sit while you.
Yeah.
But see, as long as the
Hell
money
yeah.
was on me,
Yeah.
they couldn't do anything to him.
Right. Yeah. And he was also.
Yeah. I think I lost like 300 that night. I think he won like 1,300.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but it was funny too because I walked over there because I thought it was kind of getting close to leaving.
Yeah.
This is how bad I got done that night too, dude. I bought my wife a damn shirt there and different things. And I
Just
finally
losing money.
Yeah, and I just finally got over there. I'm like, I'm just gonna go over here and sit, like, and, you know, have a couple of beers or whatever. And he kept bringing me this money, and I kept going and getting cash.
Don't that hurt your feelings a little bit? Like,
yeah. You know,
it's your buddy. It's like, yeah, man.
I'm like, yeah, I lost 300 the whole way home. He's like, man, yeah, 1,300. I mean, it ain't bad for an hour or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But I even left, and I forgot the freaking shirt and everything I had
shit.
bought on the damn table.
Damn.
Yeah. But the person that was doing was the dealer or whatever. She was like a Japanese, maybe Korean lady or something. But she kept getting mad at him because he was telling people, he's like, no, you want to stand. Stay right there. You don't want to, don't just stay.
Yeah.
You know, like, and she was like, you're wanting to make sure you get the cards you want.
Yeah.
He's like,
She
no.
was like catching on.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He was actually wanting all of them to win. Like, he was wanting, like,
okay.
Yeah. He was really thinking he was gonna get caught.
Right.
Out
So he
at some
basically
point.
wanted to keep all the attention off of him.
Right. Yeah. You know, he'd
say.
say, like, he'd look over and because I stood there for forever because she'd asked me like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm waiting on him to
Like,
get
I don't
done.
spend
you
all
know,
my
whatever.
money, okay? Just
You know?
let me stand
Then
here.
I'd ease around or whatever. But yeah, he was like, he would tell somebody, he's like, "You got 14." They're like, "Yeah, stay, don't go." You know, like, just stay right there.
Yeah.
And they were winning. Everybody was loving it. Yeah. And then kind of, I think he started feeling the pressure and he was like, all right, well, we got to go or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty neat going with
yeah.
somebody like that because I swear, dude, this guy's so damn dumb. I don't even know how he could tie his shoes.
Right.
Like, really.
It's like the only thing he's good at.
It's cards.
Yeah.
When this was when I worked for the railroad, and a couple of nights a week, we would just go out, say, and sit by the pool with the lawn chairs or whatever, and the picnic tables. We might play Texas Hold'em, we might play whatever.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let him play.
Oh, because he's so good. Okay.
And every time he would deal, it was dealer's choice. He would pick blackjack. Oh yeah, and it was like they're like, "No, you ain't playing, dude." And so I was like, "I wouldn't play goldfish with your ass."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just good at, understood it. Like,
Right.
yeah, like with me, if I was sitting there with a 14, I saw she had an 8 up or whatever. But God dang, yeah, give me another one. You know what I mean? Whatever, and man, hell, bust, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Which,
is.
I mean, how you're talking about earlier, you know, you hope you never lose that, you know, where you and your buddies get together and party or whatever. Is there ever a point, and this is kind of a personal question, is there ever a point in your life where you kind of did lose, like you're obviously mid-20s, people start getting married, having babies and stuff like that, and then it's harder and harder to get people together?
It is, and it's still like that.
Yeah.
It'll be like that for a long time. There'll be like a couple of couples that you can call them. They'll come, you know, or whatever. That's kind of where we're at.
Because I've always been like the glue guy, the guy that tries to get everybody together.
keep everybody together.
Yeah, but now it's like pulling teeth almost. Which, I mean, I understand. I have 2 kids of my own and stuff,
Yeah.
but
and your kids are little.
yeah,
And most of your friends' kids are really little.
yeah.
Well,
But I feel like too, a lot of, especially like men, they need that kind of like camaraderie, you know, with
you
buddies
do.
and stuff.
You
like
really
that.
do need like a. I feel like it's women will call each other on the phone and talk for hours.
Oh yeah,
We're like, with guys, dude, it's like, man, ride over and drink a beer. Let's ride back here and look at this pond.
Yeah.
My deer feeders in the middle. Like, really? I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah.
You know, he's
Well,
like,
I mean, I've had buddies come over and like all we do is play cards and drink beer. Wake up the next day and like shoot the shit, of course, and like next day wake up bad hangover. But I'm texting all my buddies like, I needed that, bro.
Yeah,
like
man.
I needed that last
you
night.
do, man. You really
Yeah.
do. Like it helps. Okay, I am a homebody. Mm-hmm. Anybody will tell you they're like, he's a homebody.
Yeah.
Like you can call and beg him to like come to the house, but he's already got something going on.
Yeah.
You know. But when your kids are really small, I don't feel like you really do much at all. When they get up to like I feel like maybe like 2 years old, they're friends with, they start becoming friends with your friends' kids.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and then it's like, hey, can so-and-so spend the night? And it's like, yeah, well, the parents come to drop them off. Yeah. We're good friends with the parents. We sit on the back porch for 2 hours drinking beer, bull crapping, or whatever.
Right.
Their kid stays the night. Then the next day, they come to get the kid, and it's like today, just for instance, just say, Super Bowl's tonight. Y'all want to watch the game? Yeah. I mean, there is like a little part in there. I feel like it's when your kids are really small, and it's always wintertime too, because there's so much sickness and stuff, like RSV, and all these parents don't want. It's like, I don't know. The other day I heard Chris's kid coughing like crazy when I was on the phone. I started really wanting to come over this weekend. You know what I mean? Right. But they do the same thing to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I think it really is like and COVID screwed a lot of that shit up.
Yeah, it did.
It really did, because everything now is like, oh God, I got a fever. We could have COVID.
COVID, yeah. Oh shoot, man! Whenever it was going on, I couldn't even. And this is my white side of my family. I couldn't go to a family reunion because I wasn't vaccinated. I was like, my parents live, like, I could throw a football to their house. They live right next door. There's them two, and then me, Kate, and my 2 kids, which the kids weren't vaccinated. But we normally go as a group, right, to these family reunions. I was the only one that had to sit at the house because I wasn't vaccinated. So it got that bad it was like 2021, I think.
Yeah, it was.
But, yeah, man, people, which I'm sure it's, pulled back a little bit, but it used to be pretty bad.
Oh, it was terrible, man.
Yeah, couldn't go anywhere, do anything. Like, that's how I actually got into fishing, was the gym. That's the only hobby I have, is going to the gym, and, I mean, that's pretty much it, for real. Like,
and fishing?
And fishing.
We gotta go fishing.
I'd love to, man, for real.
Yeah.
I know you said you had a background, or, like, you used to fish a good
I'll show
bit.
you some of my stuff.
Yeah.
When we get done with this. Yeah, that's fishing I loved. Do you play golf?
I don't play golf. No.
You know,
I just could
was
never
my
get
love
into
forever,
it.
but golfing, dude, is so much easier than fishing. You don't have to change your line all the time and make sure the batteries are charged. And I mean, fishing is really, it's work.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
Gotta get up early.
Hell yeah, there were some.
Get all your shit together.
Yeah, I would be leaving from the house at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah,
I've done that. It's like, yeah. It was just, I don't know. Fishing was my life, and guitar. I always played the guitar, and stuff. But fishing was always my life, and music.
Yeah.
Now I got into golf, which I played golf growing up, even like high school. I was on the high school golf team and whatnot. But golfing was just kind of always over here to the side with me,
right?
And it's just easy just to grab those clubs and go play golf. And but fishing, man, I just woke up one day, I was like, I made a pretty big tournament. I made the FLW regional championship, and I fished up there. I fished on Wheeler for like 5 days. I've been learning that 6 days, from like daylight to dark, practicing. Thought I had some kind of game plan, went up and just bombed. And I ain't kidding you. And I knew that, like, I just wasn't where, for the stage that I was fixing to get to walk on, if I won this thing, would have been huge. And I just felt like I didn't have it, like I was not like
loving it anymore.
Yeah, I wasn't like
passionate about it.
Yes, it was like, hey, 5 years ago, I'd have been chomping at the bit, but it was just like I just wasn't in it. It was just kind of like, I'm done. And I carried 2 guys. I drew 2 Georgia guys, both 2 days or whatever, and I basically just kind of ran them around trying to make, see if they could catch some stuff to make it or whatever, because I don't know, I just felt like my fire had just burned out, dude.
I've heard that before, like people that especially ones I went to school with that used to fish all the time, I'd message them randomly and they're like, well, I don't really care for it anymore. And like in school, it seemed like that's all they did was
Me
go
too.
fishing.
Growing up, my dad would take me and drop me off at this pond. We had a really good pond that we leased the land on. I got to fish over there. And he would go drop me off like in the morning and come back and get me later in the evening. Yeah. It was life, man. It really, which I'll always look back to fishing and say, thank God I had fishing, because it kept me out of a lot of trouble.
Right, yeah.
Fishing got me in trouble because we didn't give a damn if Joe Biden on the pond. We were gonna get in there and fish it if we thought it looked good, you know. But I mean, really, how we never tore up fences. We didn't throw anything down. You know, I mean, like it's just we didn't have permission.
Yeah.
You know?
We're just itching, trying to scratch that.
Yeah, and
itch.
it's like, God, there's got to be a big one in there. You see that brush pile over in the corner, you know. And,
see, and that too is I learned all the lingo and stuff like that, and getting into like cover and when they go on bed, and I learned all that while COVID was going on. And yeah, man, I even like when I caught my first, and you know, it wasn't no prize bass or anything. It was a 5.4, but when I first caught it, took pictures, everything like that. Went to work. And I worked, at the time I was working for a contractor. We were like essential workers or whatever.
Yeah.
So I went to work, was bragging about it because you may know some of it, CJ Waters, Ty Jones, Chase Oliver.
Chase Oliver, I know.
They fish Katoma a lot and was up there bragging about it. And I was sitting there talking to Ty and I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know what it was, but when I felt that tug, that feeling or whatever was so awesome. He's like, you mean like adrenaline? And I'm like, yeah, that.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
does.
It got me fired up. But, yeah.
If you're in one of those tournaments like that too, man, like the best I ever did, I got 3rd place in the FLW Choo-Choo division in tournament. I had 3 top 10s. Mm-hmm. But this one was big, man. It was like a full field. There was like 200 pro, you know, some people were pros scattered out through them, you know.
Yeah.
And we got fog delayed. And it would have been end of February, 1st of March. I was always deadly in the spring and winter. That was when I was the best. Like, my game was good then.
Yeah.
The fall, I sucked. Like, you wouldn't even imagine how bad I was in the fall. And I never did learn the fall fishing, really.
Really?
I didn't. I tried everything. I knew. People told me where to go. I tried everything. And I might go out there and have a fluke where I might have 20 pounds,
right.
You know, in October.
Which, I mean, when you go into those, do you kind of know, like, what would win it? Because that would be, when I'd fish with them, they would kind of tell me from the get-go, oh, we need to keep that one because it'd be small, little dink or whatever, and they'd be like, yeah, we need to keep that one because this might win it. Or if we get this many pounds, we'll win it.
That little bitty fish right there,
could
maybe
make a
the
difference.
one that's the 4 ounces you needed to win. I mean, I always kept everything that was, you know, limit size, and then I would just go to culling, you know, whichever. And I wouldn't do the cull tags on a big fish. I'd only do them on small. Right. But I would make, like in the FLW, one live well's mine in my boat, and the other one is for the person that's with me.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of like 2 tournaments going on at once. So if you didn't have a boat, and I was like considered like the pro, you know, the boater or whatever, you could just come fish. And most of those guys get like, back whenever I was fishing, and they'd probably give you like $30 worth of gas money or something.
Right, yeah.
Especially if they just want a good check, you know. But the best I ever did, dude, it was weird because I just had mixed feelings about it. We got fog delayed. The fog was so heavy. I mean, you could not see it all. I left out I think I finally got to go just a little bit before 10 o'clock.
Damn.
And I'm fixing to just come out and see if I can go just catch a limit.
Yeah.
And I got to thinking, I'm like, don't do that. Go to where you know they are.
Yeah.
It's a long run. It was about 38 miles up there. And I just took that route, and I just told the guy that was with me, I said, we're going to take a chance.
Yeah.
And of course, he was like, okay. We got up there, I ended up catching 3 that was about 3 pounds a piece in a row. Mm-hmm. And then I caught a 6-pounder, like just minutes before I had to haul ass back.
Right.
But the coolest thing about this thing was, in that time of year, the lake was doing really well. Mm-hmm. In a normal tournament where somebody would have had from 6 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock in the evening, it would take 28, 29 pounds to win it.
Yeah.
And I knew I was sitting probably close to like 19 pounds. I knew it in my mind. 16 at worst. So when we got back, I was in the last flight, which means I'm like in the last 30 it's going to weigh in.
Yeah.
And I put my fish in the bag, and I'm walking up, and the guy goes, damn, you're going to do good. And I got up there, and it was just like the guy that was in front of me, and you get in the lines, and they get the big tubs and stuff, and you put your water in, you got your water in there, you drop your aerator in there, And the guy before me was Derek Remitz, big time pro. He's been big time forever. Mm-hmm. He had like 24 pounds. Mm. So I'm looking at mine, and I'm looking at his, and I'm like, "How much you think you got?" He said, "No, I got 22 pounds, probably at least." And I'm thinking I probably got like 16 to 18, maybe 19 pounds. Mm-hmm. He goes across stage. He takes second place. I'm like, yeah, this ain't good.
Yeah.
It was, honest to God, like 24 pounds, and I was third with 18.11.
Hell yeah.
And everybody below us, there was like a bunch of like 16 pounds. So it was kind of cool because it was like the whole way back I'm thinking, this is good for points. Mm-hmm. You know, but I didn't know they were supposed to write me a $3,000 check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that was what was cool about it. It was the surprise, you know, because...
Which, I mean, do you enjoy golf and fishing because it's more like an individual sport?
See, with fishing with me, I like the team stuff too, man, because it was always fun because you might just be wearing them out all day and your buddy's not catching shit.
Yeah. And
it's like 5 minutes before it can go in. He catches like this 4.5 pounder, and you're fist bumping and hugging.
Yeah.
It's like so either way was fun. I liked the solo trail the best because I felt like when I was in the boat by myself, I made really good decisions. You know, it's like, okay, go for the gusto. Just go sit there for 4 hours. If you catch 5, you win. Mm-hmm. And that happened several times, you know, where it was just... But those weren't FLW tournaments. Those were like Top Rod Solo Tour. I'd won 2 of those. And like,
man, hearing you talk about you, I mean, how... I don't know. You seem like you did pretty good, and you just
I did okay. I mean,
quit caring for it, I guess. Or,
yeah, just kind of got burned out, dude. I mean,
which it happens, you know. It happens with everything. Same thing with like we were talking about drinking and stuff. Like, of course, after having babies, that slows down a lot. But now there's days that I'm just like, oh, I want to drink, but do I really want to fight a hangover for 3 days? Because when I drink, I can't just drink 2 or 3. Like, I have to drink.
Turn them
you know
up,
what I'm saying? Especially like...
That's the age you're in, though.
What, 20?
Yeah, because I feel like when... And I still do it. Some days I'll get out, like, outside, man, and just be drinking, just throwing those things back. You know, whatever,
I get bad. Especially if it's like Fireball or...
Fireball is a heart attack in a damn bottle, dude.
Yeah.
That shit runs my blood pressure up. I'm not kidding you. I think I could drink a little Fireball shooter, and I could almost go to the emergency room.
Oh, shit.
Brown liquor, dude.
Really?
That's what they're coming out with now. If you have high blood pressure, put you down brown liquor.
What's your go-to?
I like beer.
Beer? Okay.
Beer's my game. That's what
What's
I like
your,
most.
what would you say, top 3 beers? Like, you
top
go to
3?
a bar, they're like, what would you like? We don't have that we don't have the second one.
Like the third one?
Yeah.
Okay, this is where it's easy for me. Because first thing if I'm going Mexican restaurant, that's what I was going to say about y'all being good cooks.
I figure you kind of like look at the scenery and you're like, okay, they probably have this.
I'm going with that Dos Equis with a lime.
Dos Equis.
Yeah, amber. Yeah. And then if I'm just going, let's just say we're just going to a sports bar. Mm-hmm. I'm a Michelob Ultra guy.
Okay.
That's what I like. But here's the catch for me. They can be out of everything, and they can be like, well, I got some Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yep, PBRs.
Go bring me one.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
You go to Applebee's, you can get them for like $1.25.
Yeah,
I love that place, yeah.
As long as it ain't like an Angry Orchard, then I don't like anything damn apple.
I don't like the whole lot of sugar.
I can do the Coronas. I can do the Secchies. I don't even drink Bud Light. I can drink Coors Light.
But you drinking Bud Light again?
Yeah, I'm back on it again, dude.
Yeah. Back on that
Going
shit,
back in
man.
that closet, man.
Yeah.
Natural Light's my favorite beer. Michelob Ultra second.
Wait,
honestly, Corona.
Natty Light's your favorite?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I love them.
Hell
yeah, Natural Light's my favorite.
We used to get them 15 packs for like 9 and some change.
Yeah, now it's like $11.
Yeah.
And there was one time at the beach. We went down to the beach, and you could get a 15-pack of Keystone, $5.99.
Yep. I remember
and
seeing those
Natural
like in
Light,
Dollar
I think,
General.
was $6.99.
They were in like Dollar Generals, I think.
That's it. Yeah, it was like a Dollar General like promotion like deal or something. Yeah, it was. Because I remember I was like, dang, because you're like this too. Now when y'all go on vacation, you're like trying to close the back of the car.
Yeah.
You know, you got to put your elbow in it and everything. It's like I wouldn't open that unless I was like ready because some shit's gonna fall out.
Yeah.
Probably. And we went to the beach, and I think they were selling them at that point like $8.99 or something here.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn. I was like, I wonder how much room we got. I'd like to take like 10 of them
Yeah.
home. You know what I
But
mean?
that's
Like,
when you put them right, which I'm short, so I'd put them behind my feet while I'm driving. Like, put a couple cases right there.
you get pulled over, you're in trouble, bro.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
big
even
time.
if none of them's open. It's
Yeah.
stupid. That's so damn stupid.
Which, I mean, man, drinking now, like I was saying, it's tough. Like, yes, I'm big on Fireball beer. I'm very stereotypical. Dos Equis or Corona. Not, like, I've got some bad stories or bad experiences. You know how Shannon likes that Jaeger?
Oh, man. He drinks a lot of water.
Oh, dude. I can't do it. It's like cough syrup almost. It's the,
See, I don't like the taste of it. As far as taste, Fireball's the best.
Yeah, oh,
As
yeah.
far as the whiskeys, in my opinion. I like Bird Dog Peach is okay.
mm-hmm.
But I've got on, which I'm not going to do any whiskey unless I'm not feeling good.
Right.
But American Honey's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Do you like any of the like Blantons or like the top shelf whiskeys, I guess?
Nah, I've never even tried any, I don't think.
They're more like smooth, I guess you'd call it, going down. I don't know. I was always, especially hanging around Kyle, he likes Crown Royal. That Crown Royal apple. It's always
I
good.
don't like apple.
Yeah,
Dude.
I like it.
That's like an Angry Orchard. I just can't do it. I don't like apple
Flavored
flavors
stuff.
like that.
Right.
Yeah, no. Laffy Taffy, green apple Laffy Taffy. That's the only thing apple I eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm at the doctor all the time, dude, because I don't eat no damn apples.
Right, yeah.
Took us a little break. Now we're getting some Corona with a lime. This is my beach beer.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that.
I like it at the beach a lot. Do you do the flip it over?
No, I used to, but
Really? I feel like it's got to go to the bottom.
do you do that?
Yeah, I'm about to do it right now. Watch. This is 40 years of experience right here, man. Now watch this. You got to go over easy, because if you don't, it'll get you. And then,
Oh shit.
yeah,
See, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Every time I've done it, I come back up to it and it just
You got to
goes
go
everywhere.
slow, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Bog out effect right there ain't pretty. Nothing is. You know it?
I love the smell. I know that's weird, but
Of lime?
of just lime and Corona
Yeah, I do
together.
too. Golly. Smells so good. I'm not gonna kid you though. You got me sewn on this Bud Light.
Micheladas.
Yeah, it's just called
Oh,
the
a Chilada,
Chilada,
yeah.
ain't it, or something on there?
Yeah.
I bought a 4-pack the other day, but I ended up giving Miguel one.
Mm.
Then I ended up drinking one. Then yesterday morning I drank another one.
They're good.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I didn't. See, I've never really met anybody who likes tomato juice as much as you do.
Oh,
because
dude.
I'm the same way. Like Bloody Marys are really good, and then I even like putting Tabasco in a michelada. Like if I'm making it at home,
You ever do a little splash of Worcestershire?
W sauce, yeah,
Yeah, W sauce.
yeah,
See, I don't think I'll ever eat another, or not eat, which basically it is kind of eating some of the Bloody Marys you get. It's got bacon and all that
Yeah.
shit. But I think I'm done with Bloody Marys. I think I'm a Michelada guy.
mm-hmm.
Especially if I can choose Modelo or Corona.
Right, yeah,
I like V8. V8's and I like the Clamato.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I need to bring you some Clamato.
I like that.
I love that. I'll drink that out of the bottle. I love.
Really? You drink it by itself?
I've drank the V8s and that, but like I said, if I don't have any beer, I'll just put like Tabasco in it and just drink it like that. That's how much I like tomato juice and stuff.
See, I drink V8s. Like, I probably drank 6 of those little V8s yesterday because I started out with micheladas and then I went to just drinking beer, you
Yeah.
know, and yeah. Your ink work, man. Where'd you get that? Is it all of it one artist or
So
several?
it's 3, which most of it is Tristan Priest,
I'm trying to get
Jesse
in with him
Priest's little brother. Yeah, this whole arm right here is him. that traditional, American traditional, and then he poked me for 6 hours right there, and then he did my hand tattoo. One of my son's birthdays on my chest.
See,
and then
that's what I want.
He also did that one for like $40.
Is that
It's a cock. Yeah. It's like a icebreaker a lot of the times. If we have somebody new at work, I always pick out and be like, "Hey, do you want to see my cock?" And they're like, "What?" And by the time they even make the face, I'm already trying to pull my pants off. So they're like freaking out. They're like, "No,
I gotta get a picture of that so I can put it on the video."
Yeah.
Where you want to see my cock?
Yeah, I always say that. I'm like, "No, look, it hangs down to my knee." And they look at it, they start laughing, and I'm like, "Yeah, what do you think I was gonna show you?"
6 hours.
Mm-hmm. Just it's dot work or whatever.
Did you do it all the way, like the whole thing, 6 hours?
No, these two right here are 6 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, because that one. Yeah, there's like a lot of detail on a lot of that.
Just poking me a bunch of times, and then like he did this, all these, the hand tattoo. But yeah, I love Tristan. We went to school together, and I was
Talented,
actually
man.
Oh
He
yeah,
and his brother both so freaking talented.
yeah.
Dude.
I think it's awesome. Which I've never met his brother, but I've always heard good things, and I listened to some of his music. Didn't you say he had like a drink, moonshine or something like that?
Yeah, he's got a strawberry moonshine called Alabama Bloodline.
Yeah.
Whoa. And it's real moonshine. It's good. Like, I kept, like, telling my wife that I still had, like, this sinus thing going on just so I could keep going there and sipping on it. Yeah.
Right.
It's one of those things where it's almost too damn good.
Right.
You know?
Like it gets you in trouble.
The flavor.
Sneak up on you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll forget about being sick or any of that. Yeah, his moonshine's really good. But I've been trying to get up with Tristan, man. Tristan's like, I think he's about 2 or 3 weeks out.
Yeah, which, I mean, I only know, it's like to get in touch with him, message him on Instagram. He's
That's
never
what I've
really
been doing.
given me like a phone number or email or nothing like that before. It's just always been Instagram. But yeah, I love Tristan. I was actually going to him and getting free tattoos.
Really?
Like this one was free.
Back when he started?
Yeah, when he first started. And I kind of told him,
that's nice.
yeah, it was one of the first tattoos that he did. And then I would tell buddies and stuff. And of course, when you tell somebody, yeah, he's doing free tattoos right now, oh, they run.
Oh, yeah, I'm
to
sure.
him. But I told him, I was like, man, I mean, I know you well enough, and I've looked at like a lot of his drawings and stuff like this one right here. It's a snake, I guess wrestling a turtle, or not a turtle, a frog. This was off the wall. Like I just pointed at it. I was like, yeah, I'll take that one. And he's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, dude, why not?
See, that's what I'm going to walk in there and I'm just going to say, I want one right here, surprise me.
Yeah. He'd probably look at you like,
no, I want to do the pocket watches.
yeah, I think that's cool. Yeah,
that. Yeah, I like
pretty
that.
sweet.
Do the dates of the birthday, and then put their name in the back or whatever. That's
And what's good about that is like you could always work around it. Like when you get another one, you can just be like, oh yeah, that'll fill in good behind it, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people ask me about tattoos. They're like, well, I want to go in there and do like 6 hours and get 4 tattoos. And I don't think that's the way to go about it. I think it's better to like sticker them on you pretty much. And that way you can like, oh,
you can see it for a second. Yeah.
And then kind of work around it.
I hear a lot of people, they're like, my God, I bet that dude's got $5,000 worth of tattoos.
Yeah.
So what else for $5,000 are you going to be able to fucking buy where you have it forever?
Right, yeah.
You know, I mean, you will literally take it to the grave with you.
Well, if you notice, like for me, I don't really like, most of the time I forget they're there. Mm-hmm. But what irks me, like one of my pet peeves is like, and it's mainly females that do this, but they'll get like a little, say they got a cross on their hand, and it's like every photo they're posing like, you know, like they have to have it in there. Bro, that gets...
I know what you're talking about. And a lot of times, too, it's like, it'll be some woman that's got like it at the top of her breast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And it's like, yeah.
Can't
Speak
stand
of
it,
that,
bro.
dude.
Like,
I've been just accepting, like, okay, so like on Facebook, I've really got to where I just started accepting everybody, right?
yeah.
I've been getting like these half-naked
Okay.
whores or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I have the same problem, but I was told you probably don't have this, but I'm guilty of it. So, I watch a lot of Pornhub sometimes. Like, I'll get down into a rabbit hole, and I don't do it intentionally, but
Girls
sometimes
do porn.
Do what? Well, no, they
You
say
ain't never
that.
seen that?
Do what?
Girls do porn. That was always the go-to.
Really?
Yeah.
Girlsdoporn.com?
Yeah, just type in girls do porn on Google.
Well, see, I'm bad about it because I'll get like an itch for it, and I won't even watch the video. Sometimes I'm just like clicking next or whatever. Yeah. But I've heard that like the algorithm or whatever, your phone knows. Like, so Facebook listens to our conversations. You know that,
They
right?
do. It has to, yeah.
So apparently, when you accept the terms and stuff like that, there's like, I don't know, a way they can look at your search history or something, or they know what you're looking at. So those fake accounts come from those porn websites. That's what I've heard. Obviously, it's, you know,
it could be
rumored,
no
but
lie, yeah.
It kind of makes sense to me because like most of the women are on like the profile pictures are like, she looks familiar. I'm pretty sure I watched a video on her. No, they're not like. But
I've been getting them like crazy, dude. Where it's like and then they got that little Snapchat. Like, what do you call that? Like a kiosk? Is that what they call that thing or something?
what, like a link or something?
Yeah, or you can just like touch it with your phone. It says look up Safari.
Yeah. Oh gosh, their code. Like I get what you're saying.
I got one that's supposed to be coming out for merchandise where you can just like click it on the YouTube video. But
what's that called? Because they have them at restaurants too, where instead of having menus,
like a little bar scan code or something like a. Yeah, I mean, but I'll even have the other day. This shit drives me crazy. Do you have all that where it's like, hey man, how you doing? Like a message, right? Mm-hmm. Messenger. So I don't reply, but I don't say I don't know them. I don't block them or none of that because I just, well, maybe it is somebody I do something, you know. But they always say the same thing. It's like, hello, how are you doing? You know, it's like, Jacob, are you there?
It's like you're talking to a robot almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jacob, are you there? And it's like, I don't think I know you. What's your cash out?
Yeah, I get those.
Like they were going to give me $5,000 today.
Or one of my buddies, though, Facebook profile get hacked, and then they're sending you like, I can send this to you right now, just give me your cash app, or you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
they try to scam you out of stuff.
I'm getting emails. I'll get an email and it might say, Cris Hernandez, check out this photo of you, or check out this photo, I'm pretty sure you might know this person. Mm-hmm. And it's got like a link or whatever.
Oh yeah, you gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, and I'm like, I know he wouldn't send me a damn email. It started out that way, or like he would have texted me or something.
Yeah.
Like, man, watch this video.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't know, what are people getting out of that?
I don't know. I mean, it's the same way with like, you got those people that are like on the other side of the world trying to guess your card number and stuff like that. I don't get it. Because I've seen videos on Facebook of, it's like reverse scamming. There's like guys that are like famous on social media for they'll be on the call with like some guy, and the guy's trying to get his card information, but the dude is like somehow figuring out how he can scan them out of their money and stuff.
Oh yeah. I think they want you to so whenever you give them that cash out, somehow they might try to like get in there or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I told him the other day, dude, no lie, I said, and this guy was a huge listener. Last Friday, he had a serious car accident. He lost his life. Dustin Hill. He was one of the people that used to message me and be like, dude, this part of this is really hilarious, you know, that kind of stuff. He had a car wreck and took his life. And he has a wife and 2 children. And the other day, I was just in kind of one of my moods. And this dude messages me. He's like, hey, do you not want this money? I said, look, I got a friend that just, you know, passed away. Why don't you just send it to them? And then he kept on like, well, I'll send it to them. Just send me their profile links. Like, I ain't sending their profile links. Mm-hmm. Like, just write me a check. Send me a damn check. Yeah, you know what I mean? Or some bullshit like, But he was actually still in, even though I had even told the circumstances. Like, if anybody, you know, that would be like good for them would be them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah, they don't care. They just, I don't know.
And that goes to show how like low down somebody is.
Yeah, I don't get how they get off on that stuff, really. Because it's like, you have nothing better to do than try to scam somebody out of his money. Yeah, I don't get it.
No, and it's like all the time. It's email, it's messenger, it's just stuff like that all the time. And I'm like, what are you getting out of this?
Right.
But some of the old people and stuff, they got a lot. I'm sure they hack them. Like,
yeah, they fall for it, unfortunately. Right. Or like they get phone calls and it's like, we just need your social security number so you can, accept this award or whatever, like.
I called PayPal one time. I actually had to Google that PayPal. And I called them and I said, y'all have sent me an email that somebody in India or something's trying to make this $2,300 purchase. Mm-hmm. They're like, we will never email you that. We will call you. Or we will just put a hold on your account until you re-log in. Mm-hmm. And, this kind of stuff. They're like, we will never. Because I almost fell for the shit.
Yeah.
And if I'd have clicked on those links, they would have got the rest of what they needed. And it's that easy, dude.
Yeah.
That even, we were talking about this the other night, too. The commercials, this is kind of, I'm scattered, dude. I have ADHD, ADHD, whatever, all this kind of, like a bunch of letters that's not in the right order. Yeah. I have a bunch of that shit. So I like jump around a lot. But the other day I was watching, we were watching TV and it was like a prevent AIDS or prevent giving AIDS to somebody else. And the side effects, it's like, nah. They all keep my AIDS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you might piss blood at night. You might have a headache. You might, if you feel like you're breathing different, this could be a serious condition. It's like, nah, you know what? Hell no. If I got AIDS, I'll just keep it. I ain't going, sporadic nosebleeds. And, it's like you might forget who your partner is. Mm-hmm. Or it's like, what? I saw a commercial the other night too. It's that little chair that carries people upstairs and downstairs. You know what I'm talking about? Like a little, it's like on a little track or whatever, and it goes upstairs, downstairs. And I got thinking, damn it, dude, I should have invented that. You know?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff is out there. It's like but I wouldn't have invented that just so I could have been a millionaire or whatever. I would have invented it just so I could name it.
Yeah.
I would have really, honest to God, I would have named it.
What would you named it?
I would have named it Katie.
Katie?
Yeah, like my ex-girlfriend. That bitch drive anybody up the fucking wall, dude. No, but I really did see the commercial and I was like, this is freaking classic, dude. Oh, God. I'd have been a millionaire. Mm-hmm. My ex-girlfriend would have hated me, dude. Because she'd have been like, oh, yeah, he named it after me.
Yeah, she'd have been like, buck him.
I hope he buys one and gets his freaking hand stuck in it, cuts his damn hand off.
Yeah.
Him and his gay ass little podcast over talking shit about me.
Which, I mean, I'm sure everybody does, even myself, but do you ever get trolls, haters that are in your comment section or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
For real?
Yes.
Is it ever people you know or is it just random?
Randoms. My favorite thing is if you get a video that goes viral or whatever, the comments is the funniest thing.
Yeah.
I like just reading the comments.
Me too.
But sometimes I'll throw something on Facebook, I'll share something for a friend or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's another friend of mine, it's a really good friend, will comment something on there and I'm like, but they don't know each other.
Yeah.
But it's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'm advertising for my buddy's business, and you're going to say something about the cars he sells, or, you know what I mean? It's like, just don't comment, you know? But people do. But people have to find something to bitch about all the time, dude.
Yeah. It's always the keyboard warriors is what they call them.
Yeah. People, and it really is. I mean, it's...
That, or you do get, it's go back to the fake profiles you're talking about. I'll get something I tagged a buddy in 3 months ago. Somebody will tag me. It's a fake account. Will tag me, and then it's a link, and then you see in the little corner it's a video of some girl, getting bent over the couch or something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Just all kinds of wild stuff.
I get the weight loss shit all the time.
The weight loss stuff?
Yeah, it's God dang, I know I'm a little chubby, but I'm in shit bar. Yeah, it'll be so and so tagged me and like 199 other people.
Yeah,
And
or
it's some
it
kind
says
of way.
at followers, and then it's like,
I'm like,
God, I
what
can't
the
stand that
hell is
crap.
going on?
yeah.
And it's like, I know I'm a little chubby, but I'm a shit far, dude.
They
You
try
go
to
to the
put
gym
you
a
on
lot,
the-
don't
I
you?
try to. Yeah, I try to.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, like I said, it's been one of my hobbies or whatever. But yeah, it's just harder when you have kids, you know.
It's like work.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you really go like,
And I mean, now that I've had kids, I'm a big routine guy. Like, I like routine. I like knowing, hey, kids are going to have bath time at this time, bedtime this time, whatever. Which, I mean, at first it was hard for me to pick up on that. Like, when you're raising your babies and stuff, you got to put them in a routine, I feel like. Because, I mean, if not, they're just wild.
yeah, they are. And like, you and mama got to have time too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, most of the time
100%.
that's only at night.
Yeah.
Like later.
Yeah.
You know, later.
Well, like,
even if
that's
you
the-
shoot the shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying like you know, y'all shouldn't have sex every night. But
Well,
like,
yeah, no, but like
just
what-
shooting the shit.
going
you know?
with that, you kind of know, like, now I've picked up on it, like, say Leo, my oldest, say he's up at 10, but we talked about, like, say while I'm at work, say me and Kate talked about having some time to ourselves that night, and if Leo's up at 10, I kind of look at him like, all right, well, I'm going to bed, and she kind of knows, like, yeah, we're not going to get time to ourselves, so,
Right, yeah.
you know, which is good to have that understanding with somebody, cause,
Kids,
yeah.
no.
Oh yeah, they're big. I say it all the time. My kids are like the biggest cock blocks.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
they
And it's
are.
not like you can get mad at them. You know, like what are you supposed to do? Get mad at a 1-year-old? Sit there argue with them? Like,
think it's
what the
like-
hell, bro?
I think the kids are like, yeah, mom's in like a really comfortable looking silky pajama set. You know,
Yeah, right.
We're gonna stay up and watch movies.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, God.
Well, I mean, yeah, your kids. You know, they probably since they're older, they're like, well, yeah, I don't want to go to bed. I want to stay up and watch this show.
They are.
And
They're-
then you're thinking in your head, you know, like you just.
Oh, I've even told her, I'm like, yeah, because it what's funny is people are gonna be like, God dang, I can relate.
Yeah.
Like it really is. It's almost like Wednesday night. You know, we're not gonna have a homework. I'm gonna try to get them down. We'll give them some melatonin about 8, you know,
Yeah.
or whatever, and then you can sit up. Because one of my honestly favorite things to do is to sit up and talk with my wife.
Yeah.
You know, just hell, we might be watching the first 48 or something. It's just shoot the shit. Actually, just me and her, we get to talk. You know, I'm like, guess what happened at work yesterday, or you know, or something, and like, I feel like you really need that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like you.
I feel
really,
like to keep the relationship or the marriage or whatever healthy, you kind of have to have those just like nothing's going on. We're just hanging out with
That's
each
right,
other
yeah.
kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because with kids, especially as ours have gotten older, like Leo started last year at Welty, doing like the Head Start or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And like, you know, Kate running, taking him to the school or whatever, then going to work, then leaving work to go pick him up, coming back. You know, I try to think about like how busy she is because I go into work at 6, get off at 4:30.
You're already gone.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like my schedule isn't as busy as hers, but yeah, having that time to yourselves is nice. Like even if you watch, like we watched Heartbreak Kid the other night.
Is that about Shawn Michaels?
No, it's got Ben Stiller in it.
Oh, I love Ben Stiller.
Yeah, he I think that's his name. I'm terrible with that, but yeah.
From Meet the Fockers.
Yep.
Yeah, that's him.
He's hilarious. Yeah, we watched that movie together, and we'd already seen it 2 or 3 times, but like just being able to watch it with no interruptions is nice.
Yeah.
But-
You do have you have to have that. I mean, you really do. And for a long time, man, I was one of those people where I'd come home and I like look at the dishes and I'm like, what is she doing? Mm-hmm. You know?
Just get irritated.
Yeah, but it's like, what are you doing? You got plenty of time to load that damn dishwasher unload.
I'm still Sundays. I'm like that. Gosh.
Well,
And I have to catch myself, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like not to be an asshole for no reason. Which,
and like now I've got a child that has homework every night.
really?
Besides Wednesday night, then the weekend. Mm-hmm. And my wife, like, really, she most of the time she's cooking supper, she's doing the homework. Getting the kids ready in the morning is a nightmare. It is a literal nightmare. If I had to do it 5 days a week, I would start my day off probably 4 days a week pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. I'm just being... And people will be like, oh my God, I know he's not telling the truth. I know he's telling the truth. Because with an 8-year-old daughter, almost 9, and she's watching all these videos, and they're basically way more grown in their minds than what they are.
Yeah, oh yeah. But I mean, you got to think, you know.
Oh, it doesn't matter what outfit. Whitney will take her in there and say, what do you want to wear to school tomorrow? Say my wife's got to do payroll or something. She's got to be up there like 4:30 in the morning.
Right.
She's already got all the clothes laid out. My son's easy. You just roll him over and change his clothes. He pees, gets him a drink. He's ready to go. You know. But Leah Kate is like, it does not matter what you have out for her. She ain't gonna like it. Even if she picked it out that night.
The night before.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, I ain't wearing those black pants again. And it's like, you picked those out.
Yeah.
I know I didn't. I want them things. And I mean, it's like, well, your mom's laid you 4 other pairs of pants out and 7 shirts. I'll wear that shirt, but I ain't wearing none of them pants. Yeah, I'm serious. And by the time, I mean, I'm basically like holding Walker to go out the door. You're
trying to rush out the door.
Yeah, and I'm like kicking Lick out with my foot to go out the door.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're about to be late to school. We got to go. We've been up an hour. You know, like it's for women don't get the credit that like.
No.
Because my wife never complains about how they act in the morning. She'll say, well, our daughter was in a little mood this morning. She's got to get into bed earlier tonight or something. And I have no idea how chaotic it was.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I know some smooth mornings for us is still pretty chaotic. Most of the time I'm backing out of the driveway. My daughter's like, oh yeah, I ain't got no shoes. What shoes you want? Let me go get them. So then she goes, does that. Gets back in.
You gotta stop her and be like,
oh yeah,
I'll go get them.
Well, they wouldn't be right. You know, I throw it down in reverse, go again. She's like, oh, did mom make me a water bottle? Bank and Park. You got water? No. And that's the only thing my wife told me that I had to do.
Yeah.
You got to get her a water. I've already got her lunch ready, blah, blah. You know, it's just, well, girls, man, especially me growing up, I had 2 brothers. And I didn't have any girl cousins hardly at all. The only one I had lived in Georgia. So, I mean, like, I'm not used to the girl stuff. Like, we used to get up, man, whatever my mom had picked out is what you wore. And make a damn. You know what I mean? Like, and with a girl, it ain't going to do.
Right.
Like, she'll pitch a fit,
It's
squall,
never gonna
lay
be
on the
right.
floor. No. No. And it's just the way they are. It's different between girls and boys.
Which, I mean, I've always been told, like, being a girl dad is different than being a boy dad. Because, I mean, you can relate more to your son than your daughter. Obviously,
right, yeah.
It's like you're saying, your daughter is like a more private deal. Like, if she has a question,
yeah, she's private.
just call your mom or whatever, you know.
See, and I've been like that. I changed diapers. I did all that kind of stuff.
I do that too, yeah.
Once you got out of the diaper stage, I wiped butts, that kind of stuff. I felt like when she turned like 6, it was just kind of like, ask your mom. You know, it's like just
kind of like drew the line.
Yeah, it's like, ask your mom. I don't have one. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it was almost like any little thing. You know, it was. I mean, she had a rash or something. Sure, I'd be like, let's see if that. Yeah, that looks like an ant bite, or you know what I'm saying, like a bite or something. But like when it comes to like girl personal stuff, I would even tell my wife, I'm like, call your mom. You know what I mean?
It's like almost like an uncomfortable situation. Like,
yeah, it's just kind of, it's one of those deals where it's like, I don't know how the female body works really. You know what I'm saying? And like they even doctors too now, they're telling you, man, like girls are starting like periods and stuff younger, you know, like all this kind of stuff. And it's like, Lord, if she comes to me when she has her first one, I'm gonna be like, I don't know what. I mean, there's some band-aids. I don't know what we do. You know what I mean? Like, you just...
We panicking like she is. Like,
yeah, and your wife's like mine.
Yeah.
You do not know really about the period besides she's on it.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, It's not like you're in there and she's like, hey, let me pop this tampon in real quick.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
got her foot up on the back of the toilet or something. It's like,
Yeah.
you never see that. I've never seen that.
I've never seen it either. I couldn't imagine. I mean, like, too.
It probably traumatizes.
Oh, yeah. Well, they say, you know, a woman giving birth is like the worst excruciating pain, you know, they could. And I've had this argument with Kate before. She's like, yeah, you don't, because I'll be like, one of the kids, they'll walk by, and Leo's big thing is like, when he's not getting his way, he likes to headbutt me. Well, I'm short, so when he's headbutting me, it's like right there, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll complain about how much it hurts, and she's like, you don't understand, it's not the same as giving birth. Giving birth's like the most excruciating pain. And I'm like, look, I hear women all the time talk about how they want another baby. I've never heard a guy say, hey, hit me in the nuts again. Like, I've never, you know?
God, that felt great.
Yeah, one more time, bro.
Don't kick the left one so hard. Get them both.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah. I was laying in bed when I was about 6 weeks after my vasectomy. And me and Walker was laying in the bed. It's been a few years back. I swear to God, man, he kicked me between the legs. That's the last time I got it real good. And it swelled me, I'm talking about bad. Of course, he didn't even know. You know, he was just asleep.
Yeah.
It was like both the kids was in the bed, and my wife's on one side and I was on the other. He was only like 2.5, maybe something. For whatever reason, dude, he kicked me right between the legs. And I had to call the doctor and explain to them what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, but I swear on anything. I rose out of that bed when he kicked me. I went, ugh!
Yeah. Like,
And I
took
rose
the
up.
breath
I went,
away.
oh shit! And I immediately had to go use the bathroom like a number 2.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's how
Like,
bad
he
it
literally
got.
kicked the shit out of you.
Yeah, he kicked the shit straight up.
Oh, my gosh. I couldn't imagine, like, even too being, like,
It was
everybody's
6
asleep.
weeks after a vasectomy. It wasn't like it was like the next day. I
Yeah.
mean, I had already healed and everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, I could only imagine being in, like, you know, everybody's asleep. So it's not like you can be like, oh, fuck. Like, you can't just scream. You got to be quiet about it, you know?
It was weird, too, because it was like you wake up and you're like, you know?
Feels like somebody's sitting on you. Oh, God.
Oh, God. You know, which it was him because he was right there, you know. Me and him was kind of wadded up, you know, or whatever. Like, yeah. And, golly, dude, I'll never forget that because calling that doctor, I was like, hey, I was going to ask y'all a question. You know, it's like, okay.
About it.
It's like, it's been like a month and a half ago I had a vasectomy. And my son had a dream he was kicking the winning field goal for the national championship. And it just happened to be my balls.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, my left side looks like you'd put a baseball in there, you know? And they were like, oh, yeah, it's fine. It's normal. Yeah, it's fine. Well, so there's no way this thing popped. You know what I mean? It's like, it was that big and it hurt that bad, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, golly. It was a couple of days there where I was extremely sore. Yeah.
Can only imagine, man. Oh, yeah. See, I've never really been hitting the balls like really hard. The only time I got it real bad was me and a couple buddies. We were like kids, I'd say like 10 years old, jumping on a trampoline, and we'd always watch like wrestling, you know. So we'd do all the wrestling moves on each other.
Dude.
So like, you know, Stone Cold had that one where he'd kick you in the stomach and then do the, well, instead of
Stone Cold Stunner.
yeah, we'd always try to like, you know, fake it or whatever, not really hit each other.
Yeah.
Well, this one time my buddy accidentally did hit me, but he didn't hit my stomach. He hit me right there and I just fell. And then everybody like froze, like, oh my God, and I'm laying there like, like trying to breathe.
Are you okay? It's
Yeah, it's one of them pains, man. Oh,
God,
I'd rather hit my shin on the like a hitch than do that.
Oh, my God. I did that so many times, man. And I look for them. It's the bad thing. Talk about wrestling. Did you see all that stuff with Brock Lesnar?
What?
They're completely wiping out everything he ever had to do with the WWE.
Was it something he said or something?
No. Vince McMahon was taking pictures, getting this girl that worked for WWE to send like explicit photos to him.
Uh-huh.
And I reckon he told Brock Lesnar about it. Brock Lesnar's like, dude, send those to me.
Mm.
And he did, yeah. So Vince McMahon's fixing to get like some shit too, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, I just read that this morning.
Yeah. Well, I've seen here recently, and it's crazy. Like you on TikTok, you know, you get on an algorithm. You like one video, next thing you know, that's all you see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I liked one video. It was CM Punk, and then I didn't know this, but because I haven't followed WWE in a while, but Cody Rhodes or whatever is on the same storyline.
Is that like Dustin Rhodes' son?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, he's on the same storyline that CM Punk was before The Rock come back. Because you know The Rock come back the other night.
Oh, is he back?
Yeah, he's back to fight for the title or whatever. Well, apparently
So he's give up acting then.
I would think so. But
Yeah, because one time, you know, he left wrestling for acting.
Yeah.
They told him he couldn't do both. I think Vince McMahon told him, said, you either do your movie shooting or you're here.
Yeah. Well, he's back, I know, and apparently whatever the storyline is, CM Punk went through the same thing. Right before he was going to fight for the title or whatever, The Rock come back, and they kind of put CM Punk to the side and put The Rock to fight at WrestleMania or whatever. And they're doing the same thing because The Rock come back. Anyways, that's like the most recent thing I've seen about wrestling.
That shit's so staged, man.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen some videos where it's like that's all they do is show clips of it, you know, being fake or whatever. And I see some where it's like, I think one, John Cena, he went to go, so if you notice, when they go to punch each other, they stomp their foot.
Yeah.
So, you know, picking up on stuff like that now, because my parents still watch it. And sometimes,
Really?
Yeah,
so they're like...
Oh, they're committed. They watch SmackDown and Raw, I think, is the two.
Yeah, that would be the two.
Yeah, they still watch it. I don't know
Well,
when
it's
it comes
entertainment.
on.
It's almost like a damn reality show.
Oh, yeah, and it's got storylines and everything to it.
Yeah, it does. You know, like The Rock, though, I could imagine, like, if he was coming back, you would have to make him world champion, man. You would have to.
Yeah, just to, like, promote the brand even more.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, we got The Rock back. Who in the hell can beat him? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, when I was young, man, wrestling was life, dude. Like,
Was it still, which this isn't a shot at you, but was it still WWF or whatever?
It
World
was-
Federation or
it was
Wrestling Federation?
WCW and WWF.
Okay.
And they were on two separate things.
Yeah.
You had like Monday Night Raw, and you had Monday Night Nitro, and then you had that was the main ones was Monday nights. Mm-hmm. But then the WWF, Vince McMahon bought it, had it, and he had it even when it was WWF. But the World Wildlife Federation.
World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about like you had WWF, which was World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah.
You had the World Wildlife Federation.
Oh, okay.
They sued WWF.
Oh, gotcha.
So WWF had to change, and when they did, they merged WCW and WWF together as WWE.
Okay.
So you had like, man, I can tell it. Like you had Triple H, Shawn Michaels, all these kind of people that was WWF.
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair was a WCW. Hulk Hogan was a WCW. Macho Man was WCW. And they kind of, it was Degeneration X.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it all merged. But they did it in fashion. Because you had Triple H, like Shawn Michaels and all these guys like outside of one of the WCW or WWF events or WCW events or whatever. And they start fighting back and forth between the WCW people and WWF. And then they just combined it. That's about the time the NWO came up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah.
See, and that's where Vince McMahon them got really screwed up. Because Vince McMahon's son, whatever his name is, Scott. No, it was Scott something. He was the WCW owner. I'm sorry. He became like they couldn't take him serious as a boss because he wanted to be a wrestler. Mm-hmm. And that's how he kind of just whittled out, and then Vince McMahon had it all. But yeah, dude, back, I mean, it was pretty cool. I was back when, I mean, like, I remember Sting joining the NWO. I remember Hulk Hogan
You went to like the dark side by being on the
yeah, and it's like,
NWO.
what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But the NWO, they say, I know it. I told you to just get off on something, but the NWO, they really thought was going to take over wrestling for real behind the scenes, because they were able to say, whenever they go in there and say, okay, hey, look, we got this good guy. We got the Giant over here or something, whatever his son's name was, Big Show. Got the Big Show over here, and he's the world champion. And then you had like Hogan, Sting. You had all these big names. That was like, nah, you got to figure something out. We need that belt. That's going to make shit even worse on everything.
They kind of did their own thing.
Yeah, and they basically took it over and kind of ran everything. Yeah, because, I mean, they were so strong. There was so many good wrestlers in there, And, it's pretty interesting. I watched, like, a couple of biographies or whatever about, like, Vince McMahon. And I can't remember what Scott's name is. People are probably yelling it right now. But, like, he was really like a kid, Scott was.
Yeah.
And then Vince McMahon was coming into the, okay, I'm gonna let Stone Cold power, stun me or whatever. It was almost like, who's running this freaking company?
Yeah.
Because you almost had to have somebody that's gonna walk out there and be like, okay, I'm taking the belt back from Shawn Michaels, giving it to Bret Hart or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that. It was just like it was really just a big shit show.
Like chaotic as fuck.
Yeah, and people loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, everybody was tuned in. It was a big deal. When I got to school on Tuesday, that's the first thing we talked about.
Yeah. I used to have like the action figures, and I actually had a couple of the like WWE belts. Like when John Cena got it, he changed it to the spinning one. I had that one, and then I had the one that the Undertaker had for a while. The one that was on SmackDown. But I always liked, which is probably because I'm always in the gym, but like Batista. Guys that were like always real buff and stuff.
Batista's a monster, yeah. Those guys are huge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we went to I was probably about 11 or 12 maybe. We went to an actual WCW Monday Night Nitro in Birmingham. That's the only wrestling event I've ever been in.
At the BJCC?
Yeah. And Big Show was fighting somebody at the end, and they had said Sting was going to make an appearance from, you remember whenever he was being like real shady and stuff, like he was hanging out the rafters.
Yeah, and he'd like come down off of the...
he always had that bat with him and stuff. But he never did come. But if you ever go to a real live wrestling event, you'll see how fake it is. I'm not kidding you. Like, the punches, dude, are way off. It's the camera angles when it's on TV.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like over here and it's hitting him that way.
Yeah.
You don't ever see it where it's like...
It's actually not happening.
Yeah, where it's not. But I will tell you this, the Big Show, that dude, every step he made in that ring, you could hear it.
Really?
He's that big. And like boom, 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 boom. I mean, even whenever he hit the ropes, and we weren't in good seats, like we were up, and you had the crowd and everything. But like you could even hear those ropes be like, like whenever he was coming back, dude. I'm not kidding you. That's the biggest person I've ever seen, and I was a good ways from him. But I mean, it was like everybody else was like this, and it's like here he comes, and it's like, damn, he just come down from the beanstalk. You know what I mean? But yeah.
But you almost think like if you're genetically that big, it's almost like, well, I'm not saying it's easier to get a job, but for him, he's probably like, I got to do something where I'm in front of a camera or like in front of people, because you don't just run into the Big Show up here at the S&S grocery. You know what I'm saying? But
if you're really huge, like a really, really big person, and I think if you had that personality where you could actually kind of like
act a little bit,
and you're almost like you still got that imagination of a kid to where you can pretend a bunch of this kind of stuff, get out there and cry because now Hulk Hogan's got Miss Elizabeth, or what I'm saying, like it's like, but yeah, it's pretty interesting, dude, how they set it all up and stuff. Man, I enjoyed the hell out of this. This was take 2, by the way.
Me too, yeah. It was take 2.
He come the other night, and me and him got to shooting this shit, and we just never stopped. And I was like, "What are you doing Sunday?" He's like, "Well, it's Super Bowl." I was like, "Yeah." So, but Dude, I hope the 49ers pull it through.
Me too.
I want to get you and Kyle back together at some point.
Yeah.
And we got to talk about these beer games y'all have.
Yeah. Some of these stories. Kyle's a way better storyteller than I am. I don't know. I've always said, like, we both get, like, equally pretty messed up, but he remembers things better than I do. I think I black out so many times while we're hanging out, so go in and out a lot.
There's no telling how many times, like, I woke up somewhere and was like, whose house is this?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, is this somebody, like, mom's house? Or, like, where am I at, you know?
Yeah, what I always hated was waking up and still being drunk from the night before. I'd always be like, I want the party to stop. I just want to be sober now. Like, but yeah, like, man, I had a good time, and maybe here soon, me and Kyle can come back. And
I think this is what we need to do. I think we need to set up a beer drinking fest, like where we have these events. It's like beerlympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, where we have like these events.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just flipping cards for a high card, and you got to take a drink of beer and whatever. I think I want to get in with that. He asked me to come over there, and I was like, I can't remember what's going on, dude. That's when it's really cold too. I think it was like 10 degrees that week or something.
Yeah, I think you did. That's when you shot that damn trophy buck.
Yeah, that big buck of mine.
Yeah, that monster.
Yeah, golly, that thing's huge, dude. I got so many jealous people.
Right.
Yeah, I went hunting 2 days, killed a trophy buck back at home. I ain't even bragged about it.
Right. You're a humble guy. You know,
I know,
you didn't
man.
have to brag about it.
It was like, I dropped that deer right where it stood, you know? Yeah, that big 2-point.
Right.
All 115 pounds of that baby. All right. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope this is on before the Super Bowl. We're predicting 49ers. My boy Dylan Smith's listening from Illinois. He's getting ready for springtime. That's the best lawnmower man, like, in America. No shit. He is like, he's a badass on a lawnmower. Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. He's listening up there. And I wanted to give him a shout out. It's been a while, so I gave him one. So hope you're taking care of yourself up there, brother. Everybody enjoy.